Welcome to Stuck in the Gravel. You're here with Daniel
and Chloe.
Today we'll be discussing the 9th round of the Formula 1 season held in Barcelona, Spain.
During free practice 1 on Friday of the 2025 Spanish Grand Prix at the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya, Lando Norris set the pace with the fastest lap of 1 minute 13.718. He was followed by Max Verstappen, who trailed by 0.367 seconds, and Lewis Hamilton, who was just 100th of a second behind Verstappen. The session also featured notable appearances from reserve drivers. Victor Martin stepped in for Alex Albon at Williams, finishing 19th, while Rio Hirakawa took over Esteban Ocon's seat at Haas, ending the session in 17th place. Overall, FP1 provided teams with valuable data under hot and dry conditions, setting the stage for the rest of the race weekend.
During FP2 of the 2025 Spanish Grand Prix at the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya, Oscar Piastri led the session with a time of 1 minute 12.760, marking a strong performance for McLaren. George Russell of Mercedes followed closely, just 0.286 seconds behind. Max Verstappen and Lando Norris posted identical lap times of 1 minute 13.070, placing 3rd and 4th respectively. Charles Leclerc secured 5th place for Ferrari. Notably, rookie Antonelli impressed by finishing 6th, while Fernando Alonso took 7th, Pierre Gasly, Isaac Hadjar and Liam Lawson completed the top 10. Lewis Hamilton ended the session in the 11th place.
In the final practice session, FP3, on Saturday, Oscar Piastri showcased his dominance by topping the timesheets with a lap of 1 minute 12.387 seconds, completing a clean sweep of all practice sessions for McLaren. His teammate Lando Norris secured 2nd place, trailing by 0.5, despite encountering a moment at turn 9 where he had to take the exit road after bottoming out. Charles Leclerc continued Ferrari's strong form, finishing 3rd, just ahead of Mercedes' George Russell. Red Bull's Max Verstappen rounded out the top 5, narrowly edging out Racing Bull's rookie Isaac Hadjar, who impressed with a 6th place finish. Mercedes' young talent Kimi Antonelli secured 7th, while local favourite Fernando Alonso delighted fans by placing 8th for Aston Martin. Lewis Hamilton, facing technical issues with gear shifts, ended the session in 9th, and Racing Bull's Liam Lawson completed the top 10. The session remained largely uneventful, with teams focusing on fine-tuning their setups ahead of the crucial qualifying session, where securing a front-row start is vital, given the circuit's history of favouring pole sitters.
Now on to qualifying. In Q1 at the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya, Oscar Piastri led the field with a time of 1 minute 12.551. Max Verstappen followed closely, just 0.247 seconds behind, while Lando Norris secured 3rd place, trailing Piastri by 0.248 seconds. George Russell and Kimi Antonelli rounded out the top 5, showcasing strong performances for Mercedes. Notably, local favourite Carlos Sainz Jr. faced disappointment being eliminated in Q1 and starting 17th on the grid. Red Bull's Yuki Tsunoda qualified 20th, but was required to start the race from the pit lane due to car modifications under parc fermé conditions. The session also saw some controversy, with Williams driver Alex Albon criticising Haas for dirty tactics that led to his Q2 elimination.
In Q2 of the Grand Prix qualifying session, the competition intensified as drivers vied for a spot in the top 10 shootout. Oscar Piastri continued his impressive form, leading the session with a time of 1 minute 11.998, closely followed by his McLaren teammate Lando Norris, who was just 0.057 seconds behind. Red Bull's Max Verstappen secured 3rd place, trailing Piastri by 0.360 seconds. George Russell from Mercedes and Lewis Hamilton of Ferrari rounded out the top 5, showcasing strong performances from both teams. Notably, Racing Bull's rookie Isaac Hadjar impressed by finishing 6th, ahead of Ferrari's Charles Leclerc in 7th. Fernando Alonso, representing Aston Martin, secured the 8th spot, while Mercedes' young talent Kimi Antonelli and Pierre Gasly completed the top 10. The session was not without its controversies. Williams driver Alex Albon expressed frustration over what he described as dirty tactics from rival teams, which he believed contributed to his elimination in Q2.
In Q3, Oscar Piastri secured pole position with a lap time of 1 minute 11.546, leading a McLaren front row lockout alongside teammate Lando Norris, who clocked in at 1 minute 11.755. This marks McLaren's first front row lockout in Spain since 1998. Red Bull's Max Verstappen and Mercedes' George Russell both recorded identical lap times of 1 minute 11.848. However, Verstappen was classified third as he set the time earlier in the session. Ferrari's Lewis Hamilton qualified fifth with a time of 1 minute 12 at 0.45, outpacing his teammate Charles Leclerc, who secured 7th place. Mercedes rookie Kimi Antonelli impressed by qualifying 6th, while Alpine's Pierre Gasly, Racing Bull's Isaac Hadjar, and Aston Martin's Fernando Alonso rounded out the top 10.
Under clear skies and in hot, dry conditions, McLaren's Oscar Piastri converted his pole position into a dominant victory, leading every lap to secure his 5th win of the season. Teammate Lando Norris completed the team's first 1-2 finish in Spain since 1998, finishing 2.471 seconds behind. Ferrari's Charles Leclerc capitalised on late race chaos to claim 3rd place, marking his 2nd consecutive podium finish.
Now, onto the key moments and battles. There was a safety car shake-up on lap 55. Mercedes rookie Kimi Antonelli suffered an engine failure, bringing out the safety car. This prompted most teams to switch to fresh soft tyres for a sprint to the finish. Verstappen and Russell collision. Post-restart, Max Verstappen on older hard tyres was overtaken by Leclerc. George Russell attempted a pass leading to Verstappen cutting the chicane, despite team instructions to yield the position. Verstappen repassed Russell aggressively, resulting in contact. He later received a 10-second penalty, dropping him from 4th to 10th. Hulkenberg's heroics. Nico Hulkenberg, starting 15th, utilised the safety car period to switch to new soft tyres. He overtook Lewis Hamilton in the closing laps to finish 5th, marking Sauber's best result since 2022.
On to driver performances. Oscar Piastri, who finished first, was flawless from start to finish. Piastri's victory solidified his lead in the Drivers' Championship. Lando Norris, who placed second, despite losing a position at the start, he maintained composure to secure a strong second place, keeping the championship battle tight. Charles Leclerc, who finished third, after starting 7th, executed a strategic race, overtaking Verstappen post-safety car to clinch the final podium spot. George Russell, who finished 4th, was involved in the incident with Verstappen, but he managed to finish 4th, showcasing resilience. Nico Hulkenberg, who finished 5th, showed a standout performance with his late surge that earned him a season-best finish. Hamilton, who finished 6th, who was struggling with pace and was overtaken by Hulkenberg, leading to criticism from Italian media regarding his move to Ferrari. Isaac Hadjar, who finished 7th, as a rookie who continued to impress, finishing in the points once again. Pierre Gasly, who finished 8th, showed a solid drive that brought valuable points for Alpine. Fernando Alonso, who finished 9th, in front of his home crowd and secured his first points of the season. And Verstappen, who finished 10th, which for him it was a race to forget, especially for defending the championship. Max Verstappen, who finished 10th, it was definitely a race to forget for the defending champion, whose penalty and subsequent drop in positions impacted his championship standing.
Now, onto the team strategies and constructor standings. McLaren, their strategic calls and driver performances propelled them to the top of the Constructors' Championship by quite a fine margin. Ferrari, while Charles Leclerc's podium was a highlight, Hamilton's struggles indicate areas needing improvement. Russell's consistency is commendable, but Antonelli's retirement due to engine failure is a concern. Verstappen's penalty and Tsunoda's lacklustre performance have raised questions about the team's current form. Hulkenberg's 5th place finish is a significant boost for the team.
There's been a lot of fan reactions and social media buzz, especially when it comes to the Vstappen-Russell incident, which dominated the discussions, with many fans debating the fairness of the penalty. Another thing that got a lot of attention was McLaren's resurgence, which has been widely celebrated, with fans praising the team's strategy and driver lineup. Hamilton's performance sparked debates about his move to Ferrari and its implications.
I think we should also mention how F1, F2, F3 and the FIA all collaborated with a post about online abuse and stuff like that towards the drivers.
I think that's a very valid point.
Yeah, it's just unnecessary. It's like... I don't think a sport should have to sit there and have to...
I don't think that should all have to be
they
collaborating and making that point.
No, they shouldn't have to tell people from the very get-go that you can't be online abusing people. You need to understand. I mean, going on to F2, I know Alex Dunn received a couple of death threats and stuff like that. Yeah. It's not... It's just unnecessary. It's keyboard warriors.
I was going to say, I think another key thing was in the post they said about whether you're like fans of just general motorsport or a specific like fixture. But that's the thing that's kind of actually quite shocking, is that it is a lot of people that are like fans, but
yeah. And the thing is, you don't even get this in the sports in America, which is quite shocking. I mean, even if you do get it in America, it's a lot less. Like, I don't get it. It's like
at the
NASCAR, you don't get it. IndyCar, you don't get it. Indy Next, you don't get it.
I think at the end of the day, it's just remembering that they're actually just human, just like the rest of us. And
I mean, there is a lot of forced hate on some drivers in F1, I'll be honest.
True. I think it's sometimes the bitterness of, they've beaten my driver or my favourite team or something, and it's... But just think before you speak, maybe.
Yeah.
It's simple. But should we move on to looking ahead?
Yeah. Looking ahead, the championship battle intensifies as the F1 circus heads to the Canadian Grand Prix on June 15th. Piastri leads the Drivers' Championship with 186 points, followed closely by Norris at 176. Verstappen's recent setbacks place him third with 137 points. Some bold predictions we have for going into the Canadian GP. Should we expect Red Bull to come back stronger in Canada, aiming to rectify their Spanish GP woes? Ferrari will be under pressure to provide Hamilton with a more competitive car to match Leclerc's performances. And McLaren's momentum positions them as favourites, but the unpredictable nature of F1 means surprises are always on the horizon.
So, on to Formula 2. Qualifying was held on the 30th of May 2025, with Arvid Lindblad at Campos Racing securing his first ever Formula 2 pole position with a lap time of 1 minute 25.180, edging out Sebastian Montoya at Prema Racing by 0.245 seconds, and Kushmani at Dams Lucas Oil, who qualified third, followed by Roman Stanek in Victor Racing and Alex Dunn at Roden Motorsport. Dunn, however, faced grid penalties due to previous infractions affecting his starting position.
On to the sprint race on 31st of May 2025. Richard Verschoor for MP Motorsport clinched victory in the 26-lap sprint race, narrowly defeating Alex Dunn for Roding Motorsport by 0.380 seconds. Dunn, who started from the back due to penalties, also set the fastest lap, adding an additional point. Rafael Villagomez for Van Amersfoort Racing secured his first ever F2 podium with a third place finish. The race featured a notable incident where Prema teammates Montoya and Gabriele Mini collided, leading to Mini's retirement and a subsequent safety car period. The provisional sprint race results: in first was Richard Verschoor, second Alex Dunn, third Rafael Villagomez, fourth Jack Crawford, fifth Victor Martins, sixth Luke Browning, seventh Leonardo Fornaroli, and eighth Arvid Lindblad.
On the 1st of June, we saw the feature race, and Arvid Lindblad at Campos Racing dominated the feature race, leading from start to finish to secure his first Formula 2 feature race victory. Sebastian Montoya at Prema Racing finished second, while Richard Verschoor at MP Motorsport completed the podium in third. Alex Dunn at Rodin Motorsport finished fifth, earned the fastest lap point. Leonardo Fornaroli in Invicta Racing retired after a mechanical issue, and Luke Browning with high-tech TGR received a 10-second penalty for causing a collision with Ritomo Miata from Art Grand Prix.
The feature race results. In first was Arvid Lindblad, who took the full 25. In second place was Sebastian Montoya, who took 18 points. Third was Richard Verschoor, who took 15. Jacques Crawford in fourth, who took 12. Alex Dunn in fifth, who took 10 points, including the fastest lap. Pepe Marti in sixth, who took 8 points. Kushmani in seventh, who took 6 points. Victor Martins in eighth, who took 4 points. Ritomo Miata in ninth, who took 2 points. And Gabriele Mini in 10th, who took 1 point.
So the championship standings after round 6 for the drivers are led by Alex Dunn at Rodin Motorsport with 70 points, followed by Luke Browning, who has 67 points, Leonardo Fornaroli, who has 64 points, Richard Verschoor, who's got 59 points, and Jack Crawford, who has 56 points. And the team standings are led by High-Tech TGR with 99 points, Campos Racing with 92 points, Invicta Racing with 76 points, Dams Lucas Oil with 71 points and MP Motorsport with 71 points.
Now, as we move on to Formula 3, Rafael Kamara in the Trident car secured his 4th pole position of the season with a time of 1 minute 28.761, edging out Nicolas Solov in the Campos Racing by 0.216 seconds. Lawrence Van Hoopen for ART Grand Prix qualified 3rd, followed by Teofil Nail for Van Amersfoort Racing in 4th. Notably, several drivers have received grid penalties.
Tim Tramnitz at MP Motorsport received a 3-place grid penalty for causing a collision in the sprint race. Tazanapol Interbuzac for Campos Racing received a 3-place grid penalty for impeding Alessandro Giusti during qualifying, and Nicola Lacour at Dams Lucasol received a 10-place grid penalty for causing a collision during qualifying.
On to the sprint race on 31st of May 2025. The sprint race featured a dramatic start with multiple drivers involved in first lap incidents. Ivan Dominguez for Van Amersfoort Racing capitalised on the chaos to claim his maiden Formula 3 victory, completing the 21-lap race in 35 minutes and 54.369 seconds. His teammate Santiago Ramos finished 2nd, while Nicolas Solov in Campos Racing completed the podium in 3rd. The sprint race results were Ivan Dominguez in 1st, 2nd place was Santiago Ramos, 3rd place Nicolas Solov, 4th Lawrence Van Hoopen, and 5th Teofil Nail.
So the feature race, which was held on the 1st of June 2025, was led by Rafael Kamara, who continued his dominant form by winning the feature race. And he led all 26 laps and finished 2.130 seconds ahead of Teofil Nail at Van Amersfoort Racing. Alessandro Giusti at MP Motorsport secured his first ever Formula 3 podium with a 3rd place finish. Nicolas Solov at Campos Racing completed the top 5. So the feature race results are as follows, with Rafael Kamara in 1st, Teofil Nail in 2nd, Alessandro Giusti in 3rd, Lawrence Van Hoopen in 4th, Nicolas Solov in 5th, Ivan Dominguez in 6th, Tim Tramnitz in 7th, Noah Stromstead in 8th, Martinius Stenshorn in 9th, and Callum Voisin in 10th. So after round 5, the championship standings are led by Rafael Kamara with 105 points, followed by Nicolas Solov with 79 points, Tim Tramnitz with 70 points, Teofil Nail with 63 points, and Santiago Ramos with 61 points. And the team standings are led by Trident with 145 points, Van Amersfoort Racing with 131 points, Campos Racing with 120 points, MP Motorsport with 115 points, and Rodin Motorsport with 95 points.
Okay. Thank you for tuning into our podcast. I've been Dan.
And I've been Chloe.
And this is Stuck in the Gravel.
Hi folks, Alex here from KIC Radio. Since January, I started my own journey as a volunteer here at KIC. I have gained new qualifications, I've learnt new skills, a lot of new skills, and I've made several friends. Not to mention, I host my own radio show now, which I'm very proud of. And if, like me, you want to join KIC Radio, host your own show or podcast, or even work behind the scenes editing or managing social media, then head to www.kicradio.co.uk, click Get Involved, and join the KIC Radio team today. Free of charge, and I'm telling you, it's absolutely worth it. Memories that you can't get anywhere else.